Dang, does it get any better? What are you doing? Dirt? I mean, dust. How would you like your physics professor to look like this? She teaches at Cal State.
There's a loaded question.
If I ever teach you he's back. That's my water. You can have it. There's some kids in there.
That is pretty bad.
Sunday of Advent. The Sunday where the word among us is the word of joy. What a great word as we are 4 days away from Christmas and joy to the world. I invite you to stand and sing along with us and help bring the word of joy into this place. 2, 3, 4. To bring our very best offering and our very best worship to, and that's what we do here every Sunday night, but especially this fourth Sunday of Advent. We come to bring our very best worship to God and to prepare our hearts for the birth of the Messiah once again. sang to lonely shepherds. Three wise men seeking truth traveled from afar, hoping to find the child from heaven. Oh, falling on their knees, bow before the humble Prince of Peace. We bring an offering of worship to our King. No one on earth deserves the praises that we sing. Jesus, may you receive the honor that you're due. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you.
The sun cannot compare with the glory of your love. There is no shadow in your presence, no mortal man would dare stand before your throne, before the Holy One in heaven. And it's only by your blood, it's only through your mercy, Lord, I bring an offering of worship to my King. No one on earth deserves the praises that I'm singing. Jesus, may you receive the honor that you're due. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you. I bring an offering of worship to my King. No one on earth deserves the praises that I'm singing. Jesus, may you receive the honor that you're due. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you. I bring an offering to you. Oh, we are an offering to you. An offering of praise we sing. An offering to you. We are an offering to you. An offering of praise we sing. An offering to you. We are an offering. We are an offering of worship to our King. No one on earth deserves the praises that we sing. Jesus, may you receive the honor that you're due. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you. Jesus, we sing, Jesus, we sing. An offering to you. We bring an offering, an offering. Amen. Isn't that a nice song? Well, you ready to go and tell it on the mountain? Oh yeah. Get ready to rock and roll a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, we have a drum change.
Wasn't that exciting? It was really exciting for Chuck and Dylan. All right, now that we've built up the anticipation.
And now I know the beginning of the song.
Ready? Yeah. Are you ready? That would have been a good place for some snappy repartee. Next time. 1, 2. college, a lot of you back from all different parts of the world, and it's just good to be together. That's kind of what it's all about this season. You might be wondering if there's anything going on here in the church this week. And we do have a couple of services happening on Wednesday. In fact, we got 5 of them. You can come at 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Hi. And 3, 5, and 7 are especially geared towards families. 3 and 5 especially towards families with younger children. And 7 o'clock you'll hear some of these guys playing and hear Starfire and Lightshine singing. And then 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock are our candlelight services with really beautiful singing silent night with everybody holding up the candles. And Mark's doing a special message, and it's going to be awesome. Any service you come to is going to be awesome. You can come to all 5. That's what Mark's doing. And Bonnie, probably too. She's only going to 3. So that's this Wednesday. We invite you to be a part of that. If you're out of town for Christmas, but you're coming back a week from Wednesday, is our Come As You Are communion from 5 o'clock, is that right? From 5 till 7. You just drop in over at the sanctuary for New Year's communion, which is a real special time. And then, speaking of New Year's, we got a really exciting sermon series that we're kicking off the new year with. We're calling it Dancing with the Star. And we've got a special video just to entice you to come back. Pastor Mark wants to make sure you all know he's not going to demonstrate it. But we're going to be using dance as a metaphor for going just for learning about some spiritual truths and some kind of ways to live our life that will make life richer and fuller and full of dance. So that starts January 11th. Make sure you come. That's a 5-week series. And I believe that's all the announcements we have. Is anybody else? Oh, yes, really. Absolutely.
Every week we do dinner here, and we have lots of volunteers that come and help us. And I would like to take a short period of time and honor 2 volunteers who have worked tirelessly all year long. There are 2 women who every week clean all the tables, take the tablecloths, fold them up, wash them, or put them away. And then when everybody else is gone, they come to the kitchen and stay until the very, very last dish is washed. And I would like to take a moment and honor these 2 special women. Now, in many organizations, they would call this something like the Volunteer of the Year Award or something like that. You know what I think it is I think it's the Jesus Award. And I want Dan to come.
There's so many unsung heroes in this place, and thank you so much for your service and your Jesusness. I like that.
Chased away by very ancient tradition of the church is lighting a wreath of candles marking the 4 weeks of the Advent season. Advent is a symbolic reminder for us of the long, long wait that Israel experienced for the coming of its new Messiah. And so we wait and we mark the weeks to the coming of Christmas as we focus on those Advent themes of peace, love, hope, and today joy. And I'd like the Hanson family to come forward to light the candles of our Advent wreath tonight. Are the Hansons here? Come on, guys. As we read together. A candle burns, the sign of our hope. A candle burns, the sign of peace. A candle burns, the sign of love. A candle burns, the sign of our joy, the fourth marker of our Advent journey. God of joy, come to us again this Advent. May your joy live within us, burning a light into our lives. And we'll lead the fourth one. We go into a time of prayer as a community, and knowing we all bring prayers tonight, for joys, for concerns, but sometimes it feels just right to share them with brothers and sisters on the way, to share them out loud and to pray together. If you have something on your heart you'd like to share, raise your hand. I'll bring you the microphone. I do want to ask your prayers for Dale Stubbs, one of our church members who will be having surgery tomorrow morning. Dale has had 2 heart attacks in the last year, and so he and his family are quite concerned about the surgery he's having tomorrow. Please pray for Dale and the Stubbs family. We also, my mind just went blank, and I will think of the other prayer request as it comes. But if you have one, would you raise your hand and I'll bring you one.
I would like prayers of safe travel for everyone who's going from one place to another this Christmas. I know Grant James got stuck in Seattle. I don't know if he made it home yet or not. But just a lot of prayers for people on the roads and everything. Please be careful and safe. I love you so much. And I just went blank too. So.
Sketchy. My blank has been filled. Please pray for Bert Lockmiller. Bert Lockmiller is one of our lay leaders in our congregation, and Bert has had quite a journey with his own heart problems. He's come down with a very severe case of shingles, so much that he and Kay are not being able to travel to the family gathering in Oregon right now. She's concerned. Please pray for his healing and that it doesn't get any worse or affect his heart. Pray for him to be completely healed from these shingles.
I ask for prayers for a new friend of mine named Sandy who is undergoing therapy for ovarian cancer, and she has her next treatment tomorrow. And it's a real hard journey, so all of our prayers could be really used.
I'd like to request a prayer for all the troops who are not home this Christmas and who don't have the privilege of being with their loved ones.
tragedies in her life or job situations, automobile accidents, and now she's been diagnosed with breast cancer. So she deserves all we can get.
I have a joy. A few weeks ago, my mother was diagnosed with macular degeneration, and she had started a pretty aggressive treatment. And the doctor did the second shot in her eye this last week, and the doctor said he didn't want to see her for 3 months. So whatever the aggressive treatment is it seems to be taking hold.
I'd like to ask for prayers for neighbors of ours, Kathy and Rick. Rick, unfortunately, has developed pancreatic cancer, and it's really started spreading across his body. This couple is actually very special in our hearts because Kathy was my daughter's babysitter, and she was always there for us when I'm having to travel, and my wife Karen is having to work. We can drop Christine off at any time in the morning, and she'd be there for us. And on top of the cancer, they're also now having to file for bankruptcy because of the medical expenses and such. So any prayers you can offer would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Praise and Thanksgiving. Our son came home on Monday from Iraq, and he's back in Washington State, and he'll be joining us in the next couple days.
I would like prayers for my friend Sarah in Cleveland. The doctors found a lump on her chest, and she's going in for tests the day after Christmas to see it's cancer. So prayers that she gets better and it's not cancer.
Prayers for Elizabeth Ball, who just had some emergency surgery this last weekend. And she just had a really tied up intestines, and it was really creating a serious problem. But she's had a lot of other problems with her cancer that she's going through right now. So she could really just use a breather from all the tough stuff.
I'd just like to say a prayer of thanksgiving for literally the hundreds of musicians who were part of our festival, Carols and Lights, last night. And especially a lot of these guys who put in a ton of time to make it happen. So just real grateful for just a wonderful night and a lot of great music. Also, it just feels really nice to have a couple of members of Creekside Worship Band back with us tonight. Feels like a family up here. So it's great to have our sons, Dustin and Dylan, joining us, and to have Marissa joining us, and just really nice when these guys come home and they... Oh, and Anthony's back. Anyway, it's really nice.
Let's go to prayer together. Opening our hearts and minds to that presence that is always with us and can be found at work or school or driving in the car, as well as in sacred moments and places like this. Your name is Emmanuel, O God, God with us, and it seems like just every now and then that we pay attention to your presence. But here we are again as a community turning to you and lifting up again the names of those we love, those we're concerned about, those we have hopes for those whom we are grateful. And in your warm and gracious arms, hold them, surrounding them with the light of your healing and your hope, your grace. We thank you and praise you for the joy of this season and the celebrations that we look forward to this coming week. And our hearts go out to all of those who, due to illness or loneliness, relationship struggles, job problems, won't feel much joy on Christmas morn. Lord, make us agents of your peace. Empower us, inspire us to be the people you want us to be. Be born again in our hearts, that we might live and love in Jesus' name. Amen.
got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I got the love of Jesus in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I got the love of Jesus in my heart. Yeah. Where? 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 This is the scholarship section over here. Where? Down in my heart. Got the joy down in my heart. A couple weeks ago, a mom and her daughter walked into the office, and familiar face, but you know, in a church this big, I don't always completely put names with faces, but mom and her daughter walked in and they had a bag full of presents. And they said, where do we deliver the angel tree presents? And they had these really specific packages that they had picked out for the tags that they had picked off the angel tree. And the daughter, probably about maybe 3rd or 4th grade, was so excited to take these packages and stick them into we had a big bin in the office where we collected all the angel tree presents. And I said, that feels really good, doesn't it? And she said, her face just lit up. She goes, yeah. Where? 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 So I was walking by the youth room just last week. I think maybe the end of the week before last. And there's all this laughter and bustling going on. Lois was there, I saw her, and there's like rows and rows of paper bags. Jo Mary was there, I saw her there. And these people are laughing, they're playing Christmas music on a CD player, and they've got just tons of food that they're putting into the bags, and toiletries that they're putting in the bags, and they were so excited. And man, they were just on fire. And then Marion Forder drives up with her van and opens Aiken, sorry. Good point, Kyle. Marion Aiken. Old habits die hard. Marion Aiken drives up in her van, and they load all the stuff into the van, and they drive down to Trinity Church in Mountain View, and they give this amazing amount of stuff to this canned food and toiletry drive that we were partnering with Trinity United Methodist Church on. And they were so excited. It was just, I just wanted to stay in that room with them. I had so much stuff I had to get done. But I kept coming back for reasons, you know, to bring a new Christmas CD for them to play and stuff like that. Because they were so alive with joy. Where? Where? Last night, up in the chancel area. It was the fire marshal's nightmare. There were 160 singers up there, and all these lights lit up, and all these candles. There was a brass quintet and a sax player, and there was this Creekside worship band, and there were chords everywhere. And man, we were having so much fun making music. And I looked up in the choir, and I saw somebody who I knew, her husband lost his job in the last month. And they've lost almost all of their retirement. And boy, her face was alive with joy. I looked up and I saw another person whose utilities just got turned off, and had asked us if the church had any blankets they could borrow. But man, she was singing. I saw some folks that I knew were having some real struggles in their life. Man, they were just alive, singing the music of Christmas. Joy. Where? You're good. Where? Joy, 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 down in my heart. Now, we talk about joy a lot, especially this time of year. You kind of see it plastered on banners, and it's used by by department stores, and it's used by churches, and we sing it and we say it and we plaster it all over the place. But what is joy really all about? A lot of us think joy is just kind of like happiness, only maybe ratcheted up just a notch. It's like uber happiness. Or a lot of us think it's just kind of just those sappy people who are always just smiling at you. And most of the time they kind of annoy you. But Christmas time, there's more of us like that. And so it's okay. They're joyful. And the dictionary defines joy as a state of happiness. But we know the secret. It is so much more. Joy is a spiritual discipline. Joy is a state of being that is defined by God. Joy is the first word of Christmas morning. And it's not about just saying, well, you know, Jesus is born and all my troubles are gone. Because those people singing last night, those people filling those bags, that mother and daughter bringing the presents in for the angel tree, they don't know a life devoid of problems. But they know a life that can tap into a deep, deep joy in spite of problems, sometimes because of problems. But a deep joy that's so far beyond the earthly stuff, the daily stuff, the material stuff. And I love Christmas because it is about an incomprehensible joy. A joy that's way beyond a state of happiness. It's Mary's joy. Now, Mary had almost nothing to be joyful about if you looked at the situation just looking at the surface of it. A young teen, unwed, pregnant, not much of a home to go to, gets thrown into a barn on the night she gives birth. But her heart was full of joy. Joseph, now that guy, he didn't have anything to be joyful about, did he? The woman he's engaged to turns out pregnant. And she says God did it. He had every reason to turn and be honorable and just leave, and nobody would have blamed him. But he was full of joy. He had an angel. Angels help. How about Jesus? Jesus was born into a time that was scarier than the time we live in now. Jesus was born into a time that the future was completely uncertain. And Jesus lived a life that ended in tragedy by anybody's estimation. But it was joy all the way to that end and then beyond, because that was not the final word. Where? Where? Joy to the world. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. We try to capture joy a lot of times in our lives because we want to feel happy, right? And there's a lot of stuff in life that makes us not feel quite so happy. The economy's not too good. There's wars going on, there's people with cancer, there's struggles, there's heartaches, there's challenges all throughout life. It feels hard sometimes to grasp onto joy. And so we try stuff to find joy that is, well, it's temporary at best. Some of us try chemical solutions. Some of us try material solutions, buying more stuff. Some of us try to get as busy as we possibly can, so then we might have to deal with the times that are not so certain and not so joyful. Some of us try to hold on to those traditions that means so much to us. And we just want to hold on, and especially at Christmas time, I want it to be exactly like it was in the picture postcard of my memory. And sometimes those things work for a little while. Sometimes we feel happy for a little while. But if that's what we're hanging on to, it goes away. And we come back to feeling not so good. But Christmas is not about that. Christmas is about a joy born into this world, born into this world. Not born into some utopia world, not born into some creche scene with perfect angels and perfect wise men and perfect shepherds, and it all gets neatly packed away in a box for you. But Jesus born into this world. Joy to the world. The Lord is come. Where? Down in our heart. And you keep checking. That's why Christmas is so important to our understanding of God, because it's about a joy. It's not just this one-time deal. It's not just a wipe away all the problems of the world. God didn't come and say, okay, I'm going to fix everything. And that's a problem for a lot of people. A lot of people that Carol and I talk to in particular, they want to know, well, if God's so big and powerful and great and awesome and wonderful, then why in the heck is my mom dying of cancer? If God's so great and big and awesome and wonderful, then why is my son over there fighting in a war? If God's so big and great and awesome and powerful and wonderful, why hasn't he fixed this place? Jesus came 2,000 years ago. How many people have ever wondered those things? You can be honest. I can't see you. The lights are in my eyes. But see, God did something way, way, way more amazing than just sweeping some great almighty hand and fixing everything. God loved us so much that God trusted us with a love so fragile it came in a tiny baby. And God loved us so much that when we didn't do so well with that trust, and we messed things up, and we hurt relationships, and we turned our back on people that we shouldn't turn our backs on, and maybe even crucified the man that baby grew up to be, God loves us so much that God doesn't even let that be the final word. God says, I've got a love here. Where? Down. So deep down in my heart, down in your heart, and down in my heart, and down in our heart. I've got a love here so deep that there's nothing you can do to wipe it out. That is joy. Joy doesn't mean we live our lives knowing that all the problems are gone. Joy means that in spite of the problems, we know there's this deep, deep love. Where? Down in my heart. It's been planted there, and it was planted there when that baby was born 2,000 years ago. And it's planted again every single Christmas. That's why we keep celebrating it. That's why we have Advent, to prepare our hearts once again. Because joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let every heart prepare him room. Let every heart where? Down. Deep down. Let every heart prepare him room. Because joy has come. Amen. Where? Just testing. Well, you got to stand up for this song. This song started as a slogan at Macy's. I was walking through Macy's, and this was 26 years ago, I think? Something like that.
1998.
98? No, that's that arrangement. And I was walking through this department store, and all over Macy's was, "You're the gift, you're the gift, you're the gift." Which is a great way to try to get you to buy some jewelry or some cologne or some watches. But when you think about the joy that is born with this Christmas, "You're the gift" takes on a whole different meaning. Let's sing it together.
Watching out in all the joy
I know. No, it's definitely, at least they sleep. You know, I talked to Eileen last night, her baby's 8 months and still hasn't slept through the night. I'm like, oh yeah, no, like there wouldn't be a second so soon. Merry Christmas. After him, I was like really ready to go back. Now, after her, I've only been back for a couple weeks, and there's been lots of tears. Yeah, I called my husband on the way to work. I'm so done. Yeah, but hopefully I'll figure something out like part-time. So is it cold in New York right now? I see. That must make it feel like Christmas though.